Greetings and salutations, welcome back to Graveyard Shift Part 2. We joined the Smalls in the bottom of the local jail. So it turns out our words, our little no-gooder has been kept in the basement for one reason or another. The night has set in. The howls have not stopped. And for anyone who has been looking around, yes, those blue lights still linger on in the forest. The grave robber you find has been handcuffed to a chair. He's a rather pathetic looking individual. Skinny, limp, mousy brown hair, thin face. And you're told his name is Jerry the Third. What
happened to the first two?
Well, the first Jerry was buried alive by some de Corbeau, and we do not speak of what happened to Jerry the Second.
So I am confused. If he is Jerry the Third, then is he a clone of Jerry 1 and 2? Or is he actually Jerry 1 and 2? What is he?
The individual that's a mix between Lurch and Igor is the one that overseeing things. It just remarks of we're not a very imaginative community when it comes to naming people. It's just a case of we have a collection of repeated names. We actually have Jerry 1, 2, 7. It just turns out Jerry 1, 2, 5, and 6 all snuffed it in the past year or so. Except for Jerry 1. We do not speak of what Jerry 1 did.
Never speak of what Jerry 1 did.
Is this the same Jerry as the de Corbeau one, or is this a different Jerry?
All Jerrys are as one Jerry to the de Corbeaus.
The first Jerry was the one to be buried by a de Corbeau. to clear up any misunderstandings, a de Corbeau wasn't buried. They were buried by a de Corbeau.
So what happened to Tom?
Who the fuck's Tom?
I just assume if there's a Jerry, there's got to be a Tom around. It just seems like a group, two names that go together.
Are we going to interrogate this guy, or are you just going to continue wasting my time?
Maybe we can. I don't know what your problem is. Let's get through interrogating.
So, you're a Jerry.
I prefer to go by Edward Jenkins the 17th.
So, you're Jerry.
My name is Charles Emerson II.
What happened to the first one?
He moved away to a better place.
So wait, is this guy Jerry or not?
My name's actually Charles Dexter Ward. He's also a fucking liar about who he actually is.
Hang on a sec.
Okay, Jerry, could you tell us exactly what you were doing?
Well,
Could you
currently...
tell us what led you here?
Oh, I thought you want to tell me what I'm doing now. I suppose being handcuffed to a chair, being talked about by a bunch of idiots. Okay, me and the other guy. Oh God, the other guy. We were just checking out this mausoleum on in the middle of the forest. It's rumors abound. A case of apparently some mad genius was living there for a while, some years ago. So we thought we'd check it out. Maybe there's something valuable and important and valuable. So we go check it out. And yes, we brought the crowbars. We get in. We pry the place open, and the lights, the moans. Those eyes.
So,
What sort of moans did you hear?
Unnatural moans. Not like the moans of an unhappy werewolf. Not like the moans of those bloody squirrels that take pots at you with acorns. Even more natural moans compared to this fucking island.
You said a mad genius used to live in the mausoleum.
Yep.
Did he have a name?
We never got his first name. He just went by West.
Oh, great.
He just
We're back on this bullshit, are we?
he just kept on bitching about him not fresh enough. And he'll sow them all. That's and asking if there are any fresh eggs in that time. I used to be the grocer here before that went under, you know.
you went from grocer to grave robber.
Look, when your supply of eggs runs out, people complain, and the money goes out of it. There's no market for me in the grocery anymore. Not since the big stores came in, importing cheap crap. So we need to make do. So if
it kind of makes sense. He goes from one graveyard shift to the other.
Seems reasonable.
So if we happen to find a lord who happens to snuff it, and happen to be buried with rings and whatnot, and hell, maybe a magic sword every now and again. Oh God, that's one sword that never shut up. Would you ever expect to find a sword of morality?
Oh no.
With one of the most bastard nobles this place has ever known. We had to get rid of that thing because case of, oh no, grave robbing is bad. Stealing from the dead is bad. Popping up the dead into amusing little scenes is bad. You need to do better. Dear God.
What was that last one?
What last one?
The last one you mentioned.
Selling the clothes of the corpses to people as designer items.
You didn't mention that one either.
Selling
Something
rings.
about setting them up in positions?
No, nothing's coming to mind.
Uh-huh. So you were selling grave clothes as designer items.
It was all the rage for the nobles around here. You find one good item, you'd set for a month.
By that logic, Okasan must be in high fashion.
Wait, Oko-san wears clothes?
Nobody stinks like he belongs in a grave.
That
Fair
definitely is. That is not a grave stench. That is a very distinct stench.
We leave those clothes in peppermint balls for the course of a week to get rid of the stench. Look, we're grave robbers. Our morals may be in the bottom of a bucket, dropped to the bottom of a bottomless well, but we at least try to maintain some quality.
I mean, like, yeah, the clothes of the dead, it was a big fashion trend, and you have to get the smell and the amount of decay just right for it to be truly fashionable. It's a very high-end business, surprisingly.
I am learning so much today. Should I start wearing grave clothing?
It'll cost you an arm or a leg.
I'm not sure if my arms or legs are detachable.
Just as well you need your arms and legs for things.
True, otherwise I can't wheel this, pulls out Dawnbreaker.
Oh.
My eyes!
If unseen, could you hold that about 2 feet right in front of this guy and keep it there for a little while?
Certainly. Proceeds to do so.
What is that?
It is my Dawnbreaker. Isn't it neat?
It's so bright.
Oh, thank you.
Can you turn it down?
I'm not sure I even know how to.
Oh, great. I'm going to be seeing spots for a month.
Is that a new fashion trend?
It is for him.
No, it's going to be partial blindness because I'm seeing these light spots.
So tell me, when you were in West's residence, laboratory, whatever it is, did you take anything out of it?
No. We took nothing. We had a look around. We found some strange metal brass things with lightning coming out of it, boiling chemicals. A small library of books and whatnot. Strange things pickled in jars. A crate marked with I think it was not fresh enough. I don't know flies hovering around it.
So what exactly did you touch right before all the lights and moaning showed up?
Should be told, just nothing really. We had to make sure we had a good stock of everything. We need to know we weren't touching anything trapped or cursed. We just happened to open a metal door because we thought it was a vault where the juicy good stuff would be.
Well, there's your problem.
Are you suggesting the door was haunted?
The man just looks at you very confused.
Was there
Maybe you
anything
can see
behind
anything.
Was there anything behind the big metal door?
The moment the door was opened, the big hand grabbed my partner, yanked him in, then I heard the noises, and I see the lights, and the ooh, and the ah, and the let's get out of here before we get chewed up as well.
So a big hand extended from door, okay?
Was it Baba Yaga again?
Unless Baba Yaga has a big skeletal hand that looks like it's been made of lots of skeletal bones. Probably not.
And she probably could do that.
It's at this point. There's a tank of water just residing on the desk in front of the guy. A watery hand just forms as it flows over to Yuki, then flicks him on the nose before returning back to the tankard.
I guess here's my answer. So, in theory, could you take us to this mausoleum where your friend bid it?
If I have to, he then looks at the Igor/Lurch, who nods. Yes, I have to.
And guess who is playing part of your friend?
Oh no. Mars had to be days like this.
I did say the hero part was debatable, right? I did mention that.
Mars said, don't become a grocer. There's no future in grocering. Become an undertaker. Make caskets, bury the dead. There's plenty of business that it never runs out. Ma, what the fuck did you know?
It is business people are dying to be associated with.
There's another 5 points of psychic damage, so I'm sure somewhere.
I had to make that joke at some point.
Hmm? Alright, so I guess you gotta show us where it is, otherwise, our friend might be willing to actually use that. Oh, will I finally get to use this? You may. If he doesn't cooperate.
I'll take about come morning you wish to take him and go searching for the mausoleum. Lurch/Igor remarks. We have some beds where you can stay for tonight, and well, for the morning, you can make use of this to make sure he doesn't run away. And he holds out a chain with a metal collar on the end.
Hinky.
So, anyone want to do anything a bit more, or are we skipping to morning?
I got nothing.
Skip in the morning.
And we skip to morning. You are woken by the noise of a rooster that, well, you think it's a rooster. It just shouldn't sound like that. Something's wrong with it. You just can't really name it. But yeah, the jail has some beds, which is basically just another cell. They're comfortable enough. No, but in the case of the bars were never locked during the course of the night because, well, you guessed, not trouble. Although there was the drunk in the far cell that did sort of keep some of you awake with some singing, at least for a few hours or so before you managed to get to sleep.
Yuki joined him for a little bit.
come on in. Honestly, it ain't that much brighter than the night that set in. But there in the distance, basically the blood sun just rising up. You're gonna hear some locals talking about, oh my, red sun of the morning, see, shepherd's delight. Unless it's old Tobin who set his dead alight again. Tobin was never quite right after his wife left him. Why did she leave him again? Because he kept setting the satellites. What was his excuse for that?
Are you sure it wasn't because his name was Tobin?
Oh, hello, stranger. Tobin's a very respectable name around here. We have about 50 different Tobins.
Oh, of course. Next you're gonna tell me that, like, half the town is named Milton.
Hey, Milton the 17th. Hey, Milton 29.
Was Milton another annoying family member?
We don't know what happened to Milton. They just disappeared one day.
That would explain all of the missing posters I've seen around the place.
That'll be really funny later.
Oh, you say so. So, are you just engaging with the locals? Or are you going to take Great Grubber number 1 and take him for a walk?
Let's go for an enthusiastic walk.
Francine gets to hold the leash.
She's helping.
You can't manage quite an enthusiastic walk just to manage to get yourself, okay, let's get this done walk.
Mhm.
It takes you about a half a day to reach the mausoleum. The grave robber just, he ain't in no rush. Except for the cluster reminders, oh yeah, nighttime's a thing. You pass by smaller village with a small little cemetery plots that has also been so recently raided. You can still smell the turned over soil. Anyone want to investigate?
Okay.
Hup. 21.
Same, actually.
23.
You all noticed that well, in this case, the caskets were more akin to the more bargain basement stuff. It looks like they've been made out of doors or whatnot. This is just plain wood, and they all look like they've been broken up from the inside. You also notice, at least in the center, look like some set of tracks, big, multi-formed tracks, have led from the edge of the plot into the center before they left again. How big? Fairly big, to the point it looked like it could be something ogre-sized. An ogre, maybe a troll, except for their feet don't leave footprints that look like they've been made up of multiple parts stuck together.
Well, I think Something nasty's been wandering around here.
Hmm.
Weirdest track seen in my entire life.
Could I roll to figure out if I could figure out what different creatures are made out of these tracks?
It's very unlikely, but you could still try.
Okay. I think I'll try a nature check. 22.
You can now note different types of bones. One looks like an arm, femur. That looks like a hubris. Those are look to be finger joints. They're also jammed together as some weird configuration.
Man, these tracks aren't even made out of, like, actual feet. It's like they're made out of complete bone.
That's peculiar.
Also note there's certain imprints that says that certain bindings have been used to keep them together.
Whoever put them together was, questionable, to say the least.
So you continue on the way. Now that you've seen them, you're probably keeping a lookout for the tracks. You do see them heading in certain directions, but never in the direct path you're heading. Because you now entered into the forest, it's just getting deeper, darker, and well, even the squirrels are giving you dirty looks.
Hello, squirrels.
One just glares at you and just pulls out what appears to be an inflected pig's bladder. And it looks like you're about to pop it for some reason.
I'm confused. Is that a sign of greeting or threat?
I believe it's a threat to get something's attention.
I see. So if I want to threaten someone, I should get a pig bladder and inflate it.
I have a feeling that only works in certain situations, and I don't like the fact that they're trying it right now.
It turns out you lingered just a bit too long, and the pig's bladder's gone with a bang. And you hear the rustling of birds flapping away, and the caw, caw, caw. And the whole forest becomes very, very uncomfortably quiet.
After they exploded the bladder, did the squirrels run off?
They've taken to higher branches, but they're sticking around to watch the show.
Something tells me we do not want to stick around here very long.
And that's when the air begins to be filled with moaning. And you can see the lights, the gloomy blue, unpleasant lights just appearing in the distance, growing closer and closer.
Oh man, the sale's coming to us. Probably gonna be crap at discount secondhand merchandise. Cyrano summons his sword to his hand.
And then comes stumbling out from between the trees a lone figure dressed in rags, lurches forward, carrying themselves in a natural manner. The features decay, the flesh of the face pretty much melted due to decay. The eyes are alive with a sickly blue glow. And along the flesh there are that same blue glow just glimmers about the body. Just lumbers spoken. Ah, yeah.
Is that Jerry?
No. That's Francesco II.
Oh, so that's Princess Angelina, Contessa Louisa, Francesca Banana Fan of Bo Besca III, is it?
No, that's Francesco II.
I pulled up this link just so I could make that reference.
So no, you're suddenly hit on the head by 3 acorns. The glowing living corpse slowly advances towards you. What's she going to do?
Excuse me! Glowing person! Do you require assistance?
The grave robber just face palms. Sir, that is quite obviously a zombie. And your typical zombie cannot speak.
Zombie! Do you require assistance? Nod once for yes, nod twice for no.
The zombie face palms. I quite disgustingly so because their nose pops off. And now it just gets within almost striking distance. It raises his arms, reaching for the nearest of you. Its jaw opens unnaturally wide.
Sir, you will respect our personal boundaries. Now, do you require assistance?
Are you going to keep trying, or are you going to do something else?
I mean, I'm hoping this can lead us to something that's more impressive, but we can always choose violence.
Well, this Discord is going on. The zombie is now just tapping his foot and just checking the watch that he's not wearing.
See, he's not actively a threat. Do you have something you wish to show us, this Senor Zombie?
The zombie bites you.
You know what? I bite him back. Does 16 hit?
The 16's hit and it's getting kinky.
Alright, he takes 1 piercing and 2 necrotic damage.
And you get a reminder of that godful taste when the messenger gave you the shit's happening message kiss.
Gonna need a drink after this. But sir, biting is a no. See, you don't like it, so don't bite us.
The zombie don't care.
Well, against my better judgment, she walks up within a safe distance to the zombie. This is kind of a weird situation. We don't really want to fight you, but perhaps you can show us where the problems are arising, where all of your fellow undead are being kidnapped.
The zombie releases Suno and comes swinging at Yuki.
Okay.
And swinging so badly they just swing the air in front of your snout.
Okay, I don't think diplomatic is going to work with this. We may just have to put it out of its misery.
Francine, perform your primary function.
Will do. All right. I just rolled a 19. Does that hit?
That's a hit.
Okay. Where's my d6? Okay, that's 5 damage plus 3 bludgeoning. So 8 damage in total.
From a magical weapon that's probably doing radiant damage.
Yeah, probably.
So, yeah, the zombie's not back. It's looking pretty busted up, but it's still standing.
Should I swing again?
Go for it.
Okay.
Swing again, because he should have the second attack at this stage.
Oh, that's an unnatural 20, so that definitely hits. So 9 damage and 3 bludgeoning, so 12 damage total.
Splat.
And Francine swings through the fences.
The decayed husk is splattered to the floor and sending a bit of goo and discussing gibbons about the place. Even a nasty greasy mark on Francine's weapon.
I finally got to use this. My life is fulfilled. We'll clean that up later.
I'm sure you'll have plenty more chances to use that.
I look forward to it. That's even more awkward given that she was still holding the grave robber's leash. So he was probably getting choked a little bit as he was being dragged, as she was doing this.
The grave robber's just not looking particularly impressed.
Onward to adventure!
Maybe get lucky I'll get eaten along the way. Eventually, you do reach the mausoleum. Ooh, not good. Technical problems ahoy! You reach the mausoleum. You have noticed numerous glowing lights in the forest as you've gone there. You see the big stone door that's been broken into. Yep, here we are. I suppose you want me to show you inside.
Yes.
Fine, this way, this way. Also, give me an investigation roll, please.
Okay.
Okay. That is a 7.
$14.
Cyrano's really under drink.
18.
Yuki, you just notice it, but Jiffos, you really do notice that the way the mausoleum has opened up, there is some particular indents left in the stone, along with more footprints along the way. That's big. And big as an ogre or troll with been made up of things that usually don't go into making feet. And you notice they only appear to be going out.
So whatever it was, it's out there now.
And the problem is, how are we going to figure out where it's going?
It makes big tracks, apparently.
The raider just leads you in. It appears the mausoleum begins with opening where a big stone coffin used to be that has been broken and long gone, leading to a corridor leading further into the earth, where you find what appears to be very reminiscent of the lab office per se, like the first time you investigate a west location. You find all the scientific apparatus, the Tesla coils, the beakers, the jars of formaldehyde, of shelves filled with books.
I do not have a nose, but I feel this place would smell awful. Yeah, you're lucky you don't have a nose right now.
It mostly smells stale.
Smells rather stale in here.
Hmm.
So, you have a lab. What are you going to do?
Well, let's look around this lab and especially look for anything that's evidence of large bony things.
I think Yuki's gonna go for the books first.
Okay, Yuki, make me an investigation roll.
Okay. A natural 20.
For some reason, your attention is drawn to one book in particular. Date seems to be of the latest. It's big, leather bound, and you take it out and look at the opening pages. You notice it's Westy's project diary for the location. Per usual, much like remarks of when West went into town, there was many remarks of not fresh enough, not damn fresh enough. Can't get a good assistant worth anything these days. Also notes of he'll show them. Cut out that funding, will they? Flicking through, you get a bit of, oh, they reinstated his funding and funding for another project, and remarks about locking away this current project should it ever turn away and end his funding on him again. And that was pretty much the last entry.
She shows this to the group.
But anyone else looking at the charts on human anatomy, on bones, on so much wire, metal bindings, on certain ley line locations of where they were before the citadels shattered.
This may be useful historical information that we should hold on to.
Well, now I'm wondering who it was that cut and then reinstated his funding.
Hmm.
You find as you scan through the entries again, but probably a bit more thoroughness, you know that he doesn't really mention who hired him, rather than just a pompous git.
Pompous git.
Boy.
Why would Percy be interested in the Stitcher stuff?
The family has their hands in all sorts of pies.
That sounds very sticky.
It can be.
And Barbara looks at the grave robber remarks, I suppose you want to see the vault?
Let's see the vault.
So you let down some big stairs. You're noting how the stairs have crumbled. Although it looks mostly for wear and tear and the fact that the mausoleum is pretty much old. And how the marks on it that depict something big moving up it, but the problem is the stairs, while wide, were not meant for something bigger than a medium-sized humanoid to walk up. So it looked like a more moved quadruped style.
Hmm.
And the marks leaving behind look like long-dried blood.
I'm sure there's nothing ominous about this.
You finally reach the bottom. It doesn't take too long. You find the big metal door that had been, according to the great robber, slightly pulled aside before the attack happened, but half the door has been peeled back. And within you see a chamber with the walls enriched, embedded with numerous runes and whatnot. Yuki, you did remark did see during his diary that against Westy's better judgment, he did work with a maze during his project. Did specify with necromancer, a druid, anything, just that were mages of some sort. That this original project he was working on was supposed to be something special. That Stitcher Science hadn't reached the stage of being able to create yet.
Would I know what kind of language these runes are in?
Just general magic runes.
Okay.
So it's more a case of, with the lack of a wizard or sorcerer or anyone who's done the studies in that area, you're not figuring what they are.
Okay.
But
She,
you,
I was gonna say, she takes out a piece of paper and scribbles them down. Maybe I'll have somebody at the guild try to translate these.
you do note if anyone enters that on the other side of the door, that a certain set of runes were done on the back of the door. So it's a case of they fasten on the door and the wall it connected to. So it looks like when the door was opened, the spell was broken.
Hmm. I'm not an expert at this point. Again, I might want to have somebody translate this, but I'm wondering if these runes were meant to keep something in.
Would make sense. Question is, what were they keeping in?
I suspect it's whatever made those giant footprints. At this point, I think the only option we have is to follow the footprints, because there's nobody here to give us any information.
It's also to note that the West has long since vacated the area and has possibly met his demise on his latest project, namely the Stubby Flesh Golem. Bloody bullets. And possibly on this conclusion, and just to make sure we not using up too much time to bring part 2 to a close. So into the third and final part. Later, folks.
Bye-bye.